Meanwhile, Eskom says it is considering implementing permanent stage 3 and 2 load shedding for the next 2 years. The energy utility giant and its leadership have made this revelation during a briefing earlier. So with a grim 2 years ahead, what does Eskom say is in store for the immediate future? This report from Nic Andersen.
Just one day after the presidency released its 6 months report back on the country's new national energy plan, Eskom delivered more bad news during a briefing of its own on Sunday morning. After a record-breaking year of load shedding in 2022, Eskom board chair Makwana announced that the utility is planning to implement permanent set stages of load shedding for the next 24 months in an attempt to make things slightly less chaotic.
We want to ensure that we create some predictability by implementing some level of permanent stage of between stage 2 and 3 load shedding for the next 2 years in order to give sufficient space for maintenance while giving the country a level of predictability or consistency to plan livelihoods better.
While the announcement was not a surprise to many, energy expert Hilton Trollope described Eskom's latest update to the nation as a return to a plan that was first published back in 2020.
It's now official. We're on 2 to 3 permanently until further notice. They say 2 years, but they've put a plan on the table. It's a 9-point plan. They were asked, is this plan any different from the one put on the table in 2020? Nope. It's the same. What they're saying is they're going to try and fix the coal stations, but they need external help. They need extra capacity on the grid, and that can only come from outside Eskom.
But how bad are the problems at the coal power stations? Makwana says that it's a reality that the recovery of Eskom's coal fleet, which comprises 80% of the country's generation power mix, simply cannot be achieved in the short term.
It will take at least 2 years to ultimately reach the perfectly desirable energy availability factor. It must be stated that globally, the average power station energy utility company strives towards a global norm of 86% energy availability factor. We're moving from a low base, currently at 58%, to 70% in 2 years' time.
So what's the outlook for the next few days? Eskom says Stage 2 will be rolled out from 5 a.m. on Monday to 4 p.m. Stage 4 will then be in effect through the night. From Tuesday morning going forward, the country will be on Stage 1 during the day, before Stage 3 overnight. 6 generating units are set to be brought back online over the week ahead. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Nic Andersen in Johannesburg.